There she is right there. She's so traumatized she won't even move. She's just glad she's in there to be safe, and she's back into the corner. Bless her little heart. It'll take a couple of days. We'll get over it. You'll move on. We'll all move on. It's just because it's so quiet now. They're just not even making a sound. It's just so quiet. I haven't even moved. She's scared. I'm telling you, it affects these animals when predators get after them. She's scared. She's got feathers hanging off her back, so he did try to get her. I don't know if you can see those feathers, but it's like you can see where the mouth went and grabbed those feathers. All right, girl. So with this breed, you got to move slow with them. And see, she's traumatized, and so I got to move very slow with her to get her back to that coop. So the dog came in on this side, must have walked all the way around the fence, and pushed this netting forward. So the narrow place down here, the end's closed off, and trying not to traumatize her anymore. She knows I'm coming. Okay, she's back in. It's like when I picked her up, she had this calming effect. Yeah. She's happy now. She's not scared. She's in there with them. Hey guys, Southern Comfort here. So this is the one I saved from last night from the dog that was into the brood nest, or brood pen. So she's gonna be going in here. I haven't let them out yet. I wanted to make sure. I don't think the dog will be back, I guess. I don't know if they found the owners of the dog. I have a feeling onto my left-hand side, there's some houses over there they put over there. And I have a feeling that's where it came from, because I'm far off the road. And that's my experience from the last dog that came in this yard. It was from over there that started growling at me and walking slowly toward me, and I had to jump into poultry netting and fell, and had to grab one of these poultry netting spikes, the poles that has a spike on the end of it, and defend myself. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I mean, I don't care how well you think that you got it together, or think that you're protected or got them protected. I mean, things are gonna happen, but you know, in my area, we're not supposed to let dogs run free. And yes, sometimes dogs get loose, but you know, now it's got me more on guard. I can't be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, standing right here watching the chickens. I do my very best. Yesterday, I couldn't, I didn't hear them. Usually inside the house, if I go in, I'll hear them, but it must have happened really fast. And you know, the dog moves very fast, so it must have happened very fast, and I just didn't hear them. I did have the TV cut on, but I didn't have it, I thought, that loud. But usually I can hear what's going on. If I hear any kind of ruckus, whether sometimes they'll make a ruckus just laying an egg, and I'll run out the door, and it's just to make sure everything's cool. Well, whatever reason, that didn't take place yesterday evening, and so you know, thank God I have 2 coops, because I would have lost my whole entire flock. And so yeah, it was a lot of hard work putting it together. Now I realize it was for the best. So I'm gonna set her loose. They got food into the coop in there. You know, I took care of the other dead chickens last night, and to get them up. And so it seems to be very quiet, very unusual to come out here and out of the coop and not be able to let handicap out and all the girls and see the biddies, and you know, it is a peaceful thing for me. So anyways, let me let them out and so I lost 10 chickens yesterday evening. That's including the 2 small biddies that was just born, one about 5 days ago and another one about a week and a half. And I just put them, they were just with their mama, Hardhead, and she was hard-headed, but she was a very good mama, and she was very happy. But now I'm gonna go into the other coop. Last night I seen some eggs in there. I usually pick up the eggs in the afternoon, most of the time, some in the daytime, but I looked in there to see if I could see any chickens, and I seen eggs, and so I'm gonna go in there and get those eggs out and feed the rabbits. And, you know, life goes on, and that's just the way it is. You know, when you have chickens, you know that predators are going to come. That's why I express all the time, you know, you got to protect your flock. You got to do whatever you can do, whether it's building a coop to shut them in at night, which is the best thing, and electric fence. And yes, I have the poultry netting, but the dog, you know, it's a dog, right? And it kind of knocked down the poultry netting. When an animal is determined to get in, they're going to get in. They're going to try to get in. And so that's making me reevaluate some things of what to do. You know, I don't know. I think I might buy another poultry netting. Because I do know on some ends of this poultry netting that it's not as electrifying as the other parts of it. For the fact of it is that a predator try to get in and chew through the wiring, the netting of the poultry netting. And you know, that, like I said, if they're determined to get in, that has stopped predators. So, you know, even though this has happened, it creates me to reevaluate things and try to figure things out, how to make this more predator proof. On my coop I have like wire over the top, so when they're shut in, that protects them from hawks, because hawks will come, sit up there. I haven't seen them, but I've seen them in the distance. They know they're here, and if they're shut in, they can't get in. So same way with this coop. Yeah, I know the wiring doesn't look pretty, but I'm not concerned about that. My concern is protecting these animals, and I'll eventually finish that as soon as I get the rabbit area done. And then I'll try to tighten that wire up there, make sure everything's good, so that even with raccoons and you know, they can climb over the fence, and so that protects them. So we got to do whatever we got to do. So it is hard walking out here this morning. You're gonna have animals, things can happen, and that's just the way it is. I'm not sure if I'm just disappointed in myself or just not being outside, but I was exhausted. As long as I was out here yesterday, I never did hear anybody holler for a dog. You know, you get outside and you holler for a dog or cat, like I do. If I can't find my cat, then I start hollering for him, Angel, Angel. I never did hear any names calling last night. I think I was out here at about, at least, well, it's probably about 9:30 or so, because it was like, it was 11:05 when I walked in. So I was out here for a while and I never heard anybody calling for their animal. So I reach in there and get these eggs, and Angel. So he even tried to get my cat. He went out, he killed the chickens, he went after the rabbits. I can see evidence he tried to get the rabbits while he was out here. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for him, the cages protected the rabbits. But then he seen the cat, and I was trying to keep the cat in while I ran in and got something other in case I needed to use it. And you know, and I try to keep the cat in, but the cat's thinking, well, if you're going out, I'm going out. So all these feathers wasn't here yesterday evening. It wasn't in here, so obviously the dog climbed in here to get a chicken. It's just everybody loves chicken, but the thing of it is, the fear the animal must have felt. Really? Yeah, I know. Well, you know how to get out. Angel, come out. Get down, buddy. Get down. Get down. Silly. So I lost a big egg production yesterday. I was trying to get to a place to start selling eggs to help pay for some of the food, because it depends on how you feed them, but I give them what they want, and it can start to get pretty expensive. But I love fresh eggs. So this is the eggs I picked up yesterday. That laid yesterday, and they laid yesterday. There might have been a couple in there I missed, but you know, it is what it is. Boy, what you doing this morning? So what I'm gonna do is, now I'm gonna leave the doors open, let get some fresh air in there. I got a door on the other side, door there, door here, the clean out door. This was supposed to have been the front door. Gives good ventilation. And the way I put my fence, I eventually probably put a platform here and then steps down. I have my coop high off the ground for water reasons and help give them protection up under there. I think with this hen that was in here, all these feathers, she was in here setting an egg. Ouch, Angel. She was in here not setting, but she was laying an egg. So we'll get these out and get them washed up and put up. So I changed my mind, since I just put water in that yesterday. I'll put that up under there. I'm gonna keep them shut up just for basically for my means. Hey Betsy. Hey Mister. Hey Senior. Hey Mr. Senior. Hey Betsy. So I'm down to 10 chickens now, which is not a problem. I mean, not really. I mean, I got a hen that's setting on some eggs. We'll see how that does. I wasn't concerned about having roosters, and you know, she just want to be a mama. My heart kind of goes out to them sometimes when they want to be a mama. I do it every time. I'll give them eggs. And at that moment, I'm thinking, I don't need any more chickens. So, but yeah, this is what happens. You get upset when you put your heart into it, you know. My layers, some of them, I have a tendency to put my heart into them. When you give them names, that's the danger part. When you give them names and then you're putting your heart into it, you're talking to them all the time, you're dealing with them, and then it becomes personal. Here, Mama. So I noticed that they're not, a chicken's got feelings, right? See, Bessie, usually she can't get out, that black one. She hollers all day long till she wants to get out. She's spoiled rotten. But you see, they're not antsy about getting out. They were traumatized by that yesterday. They knew what time it was. They knew what was going on. So they're really right now into emotional shock. And they're not concerned about getting out. Usually they're ready. But, you know, when you see your other family and friends get killed, see what's taking place, yeah, they got feelings. They know what time it is. They knew there was a predator. They knew it was danger. Now, don't get me wrong. I have processed chickens. I usually don't process my layers. I definitely wouldn't process one that I gave names to because it's too personal. But, you know, I do process meat birds when I choose to raise them up, because that's what their purpose is. Their purpose here, these layers, is to lay eggs. So then when you have them like that for so long, it's you start getting attached to them. I always say, some people's got dogs, I got chickens. Well, I had some dogs, and one got out. She wouldn't never stay home. Much land is here. She had to wander off, and I never saw her again. The other dog, who learned how to open up the gate that let her out, she didn't like boundaries. I had to get rid of her because she wasn't going to stay here. She's wandering everywhere, trying to find her friend. I guess you say her sister. So, anyways, I had to get rid of her because my fencing's not up right. You got to have fencing. You got to have these boundaries for these animals, and also to help try to keep other animals out. Now, would that help? With those dogs, they kept all the predators away. But another dog that was probably pretty friendly. But the thing of it is, Tasha, if she was here, and Harley, they would have started barking, and that would have definitely heard that, because they were labs. And then I could probably been out here and seen what was going on. So having dogs as watchers is very good. And when I get fencing up, eventually I'll have some guard dogs. So they're very quiet this morning, which is very unusual. Fights between the mamas. She's trying to keep this one out of the coop, stay away from her babies, even though she takes them out now. So what I'm going to have to do is move her soon into a separate area, so she'll stay on those eggs. You made that your home back there for your babies? Two women in a household usually can't get along.